This is a question from our Lean In group. What have you found to be common traits among successful female leaders that you admire?
Right. Great question. I love the question. Well, let me actually first answer an even broader question. What are the traits that I admire in leaders, period? Male and female leaders. Because the essence of leadership for me is one and the same. The first quality I admire in a leader is that they openly demonstrate and reveal to us that they are a work in progress. I've always said that I wanted my most important legacy for my son to be not how smart I am, how successful I am, how brilliant, whatever. No. The legacy, most critical legacy for me as a parent, as a father, I've determined many, many years ago, was always going to be demonstrating that I'm a work in progress. I want him to be able to say, in my 30s, my father in his 30s, in his 40s, in his 50s, soon in his 60s, and then in his 70s and 80s, he continued to learn, he continued to evolve. I am inspired by leaders that do just that, that they reveal to us, they continue to grow, continue to learn through the road. They have not arrived. They are a work in progress. They actually learn through experience. I think that's very compelling and very attractive in leaders. The second quality, the second trait, is self-insight. I want the leader, both male and female leaders, to know themselves, to have a good insight to their strengths, to their gifts, also to their weaknesses and vulnerabilities, such that they're able to surround themselves with people that will complement their strengths and will also address their weaknesses and vulnerabilities. Because one of the most important things about leadership is do no harm. So I need the leader to be safe. Safe for the organization, safe for the company, safe for the people. And the first rule of safety in leadership is know thyself. If you don't have self-insight, if you don't know who you are less of a safe leader. The third trait that I look for in leaders is that they're able to integrate those two lands. They're able to be strategic, high-level, visionary, and they can be practical and pragmatic and address the most concrete needs of the organization. I want them to be able to be personal and local in what they're able to address, and also be able to embrace global and universal issues. And I want them to demonstrate that they can bring to the table the most sophisticated concepts and be the most simple and concrete with the one-on-one conversations. So that ability to integrate those different lands, that versatility, that skill, that integration is something I look for in leaders. So having said that, these three traits that I expect to see in leaders, and these three I appreciate in female and male leaders, what I specifically also will highlight that I've observed with women leaders that inspire me is strength, and specifically strength of character. And strength of character that's seen and observed and experienced to a point that she is free of the need to compete with men in the old traditional masculine way. It's more a strength of presence, felt and known in her charisma. In that she knows who she is, and she is able to come from that authentic voice. Because admittedly, it would be foolish to ignore that women, for the last whatever centuries and still today, find often circumstances that are challenging. I mean, to say that there isn't some kind of a tilted scenario where women will need to come through hurdles that men will not, will be to ignore the fact. That said, I don't think that that should be the main feature at all. I think that a confident, versatile, charismatic, eloquent, brilliant women are all around the place and they can thrive and lead. In fact, my personal belief, Isaac, is the next 50 years of leadership is about women. It's about women stepping up to lead in all sorts of ways. And it is about women and men prepared together to build a whole new level of collaboration, reciprocity in organizations, in companies, on the global stage, and ultimately lead together humanity beyond this point of crisis and turmoil. I actually do think that the collaborative element of women and men and the engine that can be in the workforce, both in the corporate arena and in the non-corporate arena, this will be one of the keys for us to emerge out of this period of turmoil and crisis, as can be witnessed all around the world.
That was a profound and awesome answer. And the one thing I wrote down here is to openly demonstrate and reveal that we're always a work in progress. And that statement that you made and the answer to this question, I think, go hand in hand together. So that's something that I definitely will take with me after today's session. Thank you.